Hello, people. How's all doing today? Oh God, this light this is very badly lit of a room because I don't know what's wrong with it now, but try and make it better. Would the light be better off or would it? No, it's 10 times worse. Yeah, let's just see. Maybe that. Yeah, this is the best we're going to get, I suppose. Yeah, it's. I don't know why it's pretty so dark. Like, room's so dark. Like this has gone bad to worse. I didn't think it would be this dark in a few minutes ago. But my apologies for just have to try and fix this. This don't know what the fuck. Well, we have to deal with the light, I suppose, because that's the best. I suppose we're going to get. So maybe if we turn it up, yeah, that's probably the best we're going to get. So yeah, so we're just today talking about general things affecting Ireland and things that could happen in your life, like homelessness and housing crisis. Oh, that's a lot better now. That's a lot better. I don't know what happened there. So my apologies, my complete apologies for that. Wasn't expecting this. But this is the first time I've used the computer to live stream, which is forever since I probably used the computer to live stream anything. I did it once when I was younger, but good God, it was a while ago. But as we all know, Irelanders are facing a housing crisis. It's the worst in Dockies. This hasn't. Ireland is just a mess of cluster and cluster and cluster of things. And we have to really acknowledge that there was 8 million people in 1860 or 18 during the famine, before the famine. There was 8 million people in Ireland. Now there's only 4 million. We can't house 4 million. How did we house 8 million back then? I mean, we were under British occupation, but but thinking about it now, you look to yourself and you're like, I wonder, how did that happen? How did they do it? Because I don't know. I really don't know. And it's a message of life, I suppose. Like, people don't know how did a country of 8 million people live on this small island that I can't see the map here, fuck. But how does people live in a country with 8 million people? We can't even live in a country with 4 million people. Like, it's a joke, honestly. And I want to talk about political parties in Ireland. Now, we all know the two main parties, the Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. And that goes back to the 1916 rising. But like, we have to, and after the 1960, the War of Independence and all that, them parties is as old as that. Sinn Féin is a bit older than that. But as we see Sinn Féin all the time with the Venezuelan president, two representatives from Sinn Féin went to Venezuela to talk with the when he was coronated or when he was elected or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but two Sinn Féin representatives went. No representatives of the Irish government went, but Sinn Féin went. I think that it was a disgrace that Sinn Féin let that happen, and I don't think they should have went, because I don't think if the Venezuelan president was democratically elected, and I don't think Sinn Féin should have thought that it would be a good idea to go to Venezuela. And with people starving, like, it's nearly Ireland, nearly now, because people in Ireland are facing terrible, terrible circumstances. We can't even think how bad some people in this country are facing, because people are becoming homeless every day. People can't afford to put a roof over their head. People can't even afford to get a bus into anywhere. People, that's just how bad it is. And we see across the world too. There's countries like France. They were starting to bring in a fuel tax, and the people didn't want that. Like, they were heavily taxed in France. We're not too bad. We're back in 2008, we were desperate. The government were literally crying for money, but we have to just remember that money doesn't grow on trees, and that's really what the government should try and learn, because people can't just magically appear at €10,000 and just pay for houses and pay for everything. Like, it's a joke how dear things are in this country. But I suppose that's how modern democracy works, and how we develop into a modern industrial society. Hello, Sean. How are you? Greetings. Sean, though. What was I talking about? Yeah, man. But as we all know, loads of things happen in this country. We don't hear about it. Like we hear about loads of. We hear about. Oh, I'm doing very good, Sean. Uh, I'm doing very good. I hope you're doing good too. So what was I talking about? So we all know if we live in the country or we live in cities, our cities and towns have been littered with rubbish just everywhere. And we all think to ourselves, what can we do to try and make it better? Like nobody likes going into a place where there's just rubbish lying everywhere. And no, nobody likes it. It's annoying to see rubbish lying everywhere. I don't. It just want me. No, like it's better than Spotify. Oh, thank you, Sean. It's better than Spotify. I think there's better tunes than me. Anyway, I think there's a few good tunes that we could listen to that could be better than me, Sean. But if it thanks for the thing and thanks for the thanks for the great comment. Um, and at least some people know how to do the homework because I know one or two people that never looked at the book in their life, and if you said homework, they'd be like, "What?" So that's just I know. But what was I saying? But the little as we know, there is just a ton of litter around the country. Like if we go out and just walk around for 10 minutes, we probably come across 10 or 16 bags just lying in the middle of nowhere because we see councils getting lazy and they just couldn't be bothered to pick it up. Bags of litter that animals are tearing at because animals technically will look for food, and if they see a bag and they smell something in a bag, then they're going to tear at it. Like it's human nature, really, to know that animals will tear at things. But as I say, councils are being too slow to react to the amount of litter being thrown on the roads and everything. Like it's just a whole lot of disruption, and it's a whole lot of annoyance for people to see. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The side of my road to my house, somebody has dumped it half sofa. Yeah, there's some. Like I remember the other day on the bypass, the council picked up a good lot of litter on the bypass near Bullets Bridge, and I remember them saying there was two mattresses like the there. I remember seeing one of them there. Bleh. That's literally. I don't know how in the name of God, but somebody just like it was just disgusting. But we have to think about it. Like there is people probably lying on mattresses. Like there could have been a homeless person lying there one day, and we probably never noticed. Like such this, and it's a disgrace that people won't go to the dump. I know it's a few pounds to get rid of a sofa. It's €5 or €6 to get rid of a sofa. Like it's not 100,000 euro to get rid of one sofa. Like it's not that deal. And even I hear there's few things, man. Yeah, that advertisement. Bin your gum when you're done and a fine of 150 euro fine. Yeah, well, gum is a very hard thing to get off. Let's just say, where am I here? Let's just say I put gum here. Let's just say I put just gum here. It is pretty hard to get off, let me tell you. I remember we bought a chair once and there was gum, there's 3 pieces of gum, and it must have been there 2 or 3 years. And it just literally so annoying, just stays there. And it causes councils. You go into Cavan Town, you go into Monaghan Town, you go into Dublin City, you go into Navan. You look at any of the benches or any footpaths, there's gum just stuck there, and the councils have to pay hundreds to get rid of the gum. And people who just throw gum on the ground and it could stick to people's shoes, it's just a disgrace. Like, what is it? I don't get. I always say this to young people. Like, what would it kill? Would it kill you to go to and find a bin and just put it into it? Oh yeah, if you left it overnight, yeah. It'd break your fingernails. It actually would, to be honest. I remember, but I used when there was gum in my chair once when I bought a chair. I used chisel kind of thing. I can't remember that was a long time ago when I used it. But it is a disgrace. Like around, you see it in schools, you see it in colleges that young people don't care for their furniture and don't care for. And it basically boils down to respect. They don't have enough respect for property. They don't have enough respect. If they don't, yeah, I think it was either chisel or it was either something like I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it was a long time ago. Like you're talking about, Sean. Could be about 6 years ago since I done that. Like it's ridiculous. Would you believe I was in Ballyhales at that time, and we bought a chair for my father's house. Like that's a while ago. That's literally a while ago. So I know a chisel. Like my father did have a chisel, and I remember just using it. I was getting rid of it. It was only 3 pieces, but it was just disgusting. It was disgusting when I was younger. And I couldn't get one of the last one I couldn't get off, and it was disgusting. It's still there to this day, and it's disgusting. I wouldn't sit in the chair now because it's just taking that it's there underneath you sitting where you're sitting. But as I say, it's just people that don't have enough respect, and that's the thing. If they had to go out and buy it, then so what else has happened apart from Little? Like it could go on forever, Sean, about what else has happened. But Little is a good main thing for countrysides, and we see rural crime going up. We're not Little linked up in this crime, but we see houses getting bogered day in, day out. Houses getting bogered 5 or 6 times a week in certain areas. We see people selling drugs on streets and selling it to kids, and we see young people robbing Drake out of shops and everything like that. And we see older people terrified to go to sleep at night because they're afraid that if they go to sleep, somebody will be there in the morning and they will take everything belonging to them, which is very understandable. Like, you think about this, anybody who's watching. If you were asleep, you will hope to wake up in a room that wasn't that everything was. Do your homework? No, I don't have any homework to. No, I don't have any homework at all. But that's talking about homework. I'm going to talk about the education system. Education, yucky, no, but the education system in Ireland is just unfair, and that's already simple. Like, people are getting homework on a Friday, as Sean said there a second ago. You do 5 days a week at school. You have a half day on a Friday in Ireland. You work hard them 5 days a week. It's not like you sit down and you smoke your pipe and you sit there and do nothing. Like, this is for young people, not mainly for adults too. Not for adults, I mean, sorry. But you see young people having to come home, like as Sean said, they have homework, which is disgraceful. This man, Sean, has spent a hard week's work, 5 days at school, working his hardest, and along with other people in the country, along with other students in the country, trying their very best to do as much as they can and to the best of their abilities. And schools across Ireland don't get this. They take of students as robots, and they just say, do this, have it in Monday morning, no questions, no buts, just have it done. Like, if we said to the teacher, should be, yeah, that's what I'm saying, should be made illegal, should not even be able to be beat to death with a shampoo stick. No, but teachers should realise that students have other lives. They have lives outside school. They might not have the lives they have. Like, they have to go and pay for this, that, and the other. But they have lives. Students have lives. People play soccer, people play sports, people have to hang out with friends on Saturdays. People want to have their time to themselves and not to do homework. And I think that homework in schools is on the weekend is very bad because why would you give homework on a weekend? Like, I'm sure if we put the teacher in that situation, the teacher would be like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, the first time I got homework on the weekend, I was like, no, good luck to you. But anyway, I done it at the end of the day. It wasn't much, but, you know. And then we talk about tests, like the junior sort and leaving sort tests, exams, in other words. Really no good. They're really no good. Like, there is a thing in the Irish examiner today, and I looked at it. There was a girl who was doing her leaving cert. Her mother died 2 days beforehand, and she still had to sit her test in the leaving cert, which was a disgrace. Like, I don't know who the Department of Education think they are, but I know if something happened to anything happened to my family, I wouldn't take the school's advice and say do the test, because there should be a second plan B if your mother or something, God forbid, ever happens to your family, and you can't do it because general people can't do it. Yeah, but that's the thing. Teachers don't understand. Like, only people understand a tiny bit more than teachers. Teachers are old school. They're not robots now. The old generation is still in the Irish system, which I'm trying to say. Irish students should use tablets and computers more often because, as we see, society uses electronics. They don't use textbooks on maths, English, French, music, which I bet you any money you, Sean, used an English textbook, a maths textbook, a music textbook, a French textbook, and history, and a geography textbook, and you don't have anything to do on the computers, which should be the way, because the books are old school. Books are old school, and young people would be more open to use, let's just say, a tablet or a computer to look up something. I know they might have music in the background when they're looking it up in school, but I'm like, that's what the state has, computer rooms in schools to did Oliver Cromwell become the leader of? I checked it up for you. I remember Oliver Cromwell. I learned about it. I looked it up for you now, Sean. But what was I saying? But I think the Leaving Southern Junior. So, long story short, as I said for so long, it should be abolished, because it doesn't help anybody. It's only a piece of paper at the end of the day. It doesn't help anybody. Like, it's a disgrace how much pressure is put on children, and we see so many people kill themselves in Ireland every year because of pressure put on them, and bullying too, which I'll talk about in a few seconds. Will I help Sean with this question? Oliver Cromwell. Oh, peer pressure. Yeah, exactly. Well, teachers put it. I know myself. There's teachers that just pile the pressure on you and say you have to do higher level this, you have to do higher level that. And if you're not fit to do it, then you're not fit to do it. And if you don't think you're fit yourself to do it, like, you should not do it. Like, it's at the end of the day, there should not even be a junior sort or leaving sort exam or any kind of exam, because exams are old school. And the only thing it teaches you that you remember what the teacher said, but afterwards you forget it, which is the truth. Like, you think back a year ago, kind of like teachers are the dirty black and tans. Yeah, which it's really true, because they were the black and tans use terrorizing people, and teachers use terrorizing people that are good in society and try and do well to do things. Of England. Pose. I know, but we should put it on here, but it'll be copyrighted. Sean, so Oliver Cromwell became between 1653 and 1658. He ruled England with more or less the same power as a monarchy. But as a Lord Protector of Commonwealth, he had no. It doesn't really say like how he came to power, and I really don't know. But you can kind of say that he was like a monarchy, like he came. That's what you kind of could say for that history question, Sean. It's like a monarchy, like it's. Yeah, that's really the best you can get in the because it's like a monarchy. And I remember learning about Oliver Cromwell, but it's a long time. So what was it inside? Like bullying schools and bullying. I'm not talking about bullying. I'm talking about bullying by teachers and by students. We see people with dyslexia and autism and ADHD, which is sort of. We see them being picked on by people who think they're bigger and tougher than them for exams. But I don't. We see when we get there, but not probably long. I probably only study an hour or two, maybe a week. That's probably it because I'm not really going to worry myself that much about it. Like as I said, I don't think there should be nearly any exams in this country because it's just old school. But bullying, like I see it so many times, people with autism and dyslexia get bullied all the time. People call them stupid retarded. But really, they're not retarded. They have more knowledge than ordinary people because they have more respect for authorities and respect for each other than other people. Cody Healy ways. Yeah, don't eat meat. Don't eat meat. Yeah, that's what they'll say. But yeah, don't eat meat. And the man who never, people that don't eat meat never walked out in their life. That's what Danny Healy said. But what can we do? Because they are on. But what was it? So bullying, yeah, we see teachers, as I said to there a second ago, teachers bullying students into doing higher or only level papers in maths, science, geography, you name it. And they can't do it. Like, unless you're interested in something, then you're going to do it. But if you're not interested in something, then you won't do it. Like, say, for example, I love doing history. And my geography teacher, and I like geography, but I'm not that keen on to do a higher level. And they force me to do higher level. Like, you have every right. You say that I'm sitting this exam, you're not sitting this exam, you're just going to get your money at the end of the day anyway. But, you can say it that way, but, but, and then we see bullying, fighting in schools and that. And, like, schools should have more freedom to inspired to me every day. That's good. That's really good, Sean. No, but what was I saying? No, we see that teachers don't understand young people's struggles nowadays. That's the main thing. We see teachers not care. The teachers really don't care, as long as they get through what to do. Like, they have a set curriculum to do this amount of Irish. I come back. Yeah, actually, will. I look it up in the stream. Yeah, so that can't be copyrighted. No, I won't look it up in the stream here, Sean. I'll look it up later on, but I won't look it up here because you never take the chance for YouTubers, obviously, because you never know. But we all know that teachers really don't care what happens outside school. They all want to just get their money at the end of the day, which is really the truth, because so many teachers said that to me when I was starting off post-primary school, which means secondary school. But it's really, really, really upsetting that it's a video. It's cringy shit out. Oh well. Well, at least it's not 9-year-old. It's subscribing to YouTubers. Actually, we'll talk. This is not really a problem facing now, but we'll talk about Irish children being misled by Fortnite YouTubers and GTA 5 YouTubers and so on. Clickbait YouTubers like Mr. Boss for the win, Lispy Jimmy, Sonando. Like these YouTubers are taking advantage of young kids, going to take their mother's wallet because they're begging for money and they're begging for likes. And it's pretty disgraceful. Like, why would you beg children for $1 or €1? Like, it's a disgrace. Cough, cough, Logan Paul, yeah. Or Jake Paul, or KSI. Or KSI is actually not that bad. KSI, I actually like KSI. KSI is pretty sound. But Logan Paul, I don't really know. I don't even think he should be back on YouTube. But everybody has their own opinion, as I say. Everybody. I suppose everybody has the right for a second chance. I suppose in life, I suppose. But as we see, go on talking about post offices now because I'm going to probably start talking about other things. Just give me 2 seconds. Bit of a cobweb there. I need to get rid of that. I don't know, really, Sean, how long this is going to be, but it might be just a while. Like if you have something to do, then you can go and do it. Like it's no bother if you want to do something, or you have to finish off your homework. No bother at all. Like well, I really don't know, but as we see post offices killing Alec and places in Cavan now across the country, in Kerry and Cork and Limerick and Wicklow and Wexford, like go on, every county has a post office closing down either sooner or later, or either it's already closed. As we've seen in like a Healy Way, but yeah, I actually will go on to the Healy Ways. I talk nearly for about 30 minutes. I don't know if you want me to talk about 30 minutes about, but I'm just going to finish off in the post office, and then I talk about the Healy Ways, and I talk about what they're doing, and explain how they work in politics and how they get their fame. But as we see in Kerry and what's the motorbike is? Oh, it's just some idiot going around on the motorcycle. Yeah, so what I was talking about the post office. As we see this, it's on post being greedy and just will not spend €1,000 a week to keep one post office in the country. It's just being greedy and it's just being selfish that they won't keep one post office open. That's only going to cost €1,000. It's not going to break the bank a week for one post. An Post is a big company that employs so many people and that gets so much business from across the world and across Ireland. And I don't know at all how An Post thinks that just closing down post offices is a good thing for a local community, because I tell you one thing, it's not a good thing for a local community. And just to finish off, Willie will talk about on Bus Éireann. So as we all know, Bus Éireann is altogether nearly bankrupt. And we see them charging huge prices for bus tickets to go to Dublin, or even school bus tickets, charging $360 for a year for a school bus ticket on Bus Éireann buses. And these buses are generally old, 19 in the 90s buses. They're not up-to-date buses, school buses, because the school buses take the lowest priority. And we see people getting sick because of these buses, because they're freezing cold and they're generally just not clean places to be. But it's not the driver's fault, and it's not the staff who works in the bus station's fault. It's the people at the top calling the shots, which is a disgrace that it has to go like that way. But, I suppose there has to be cutbacks everywhere. But as I said, I'm going to talk about the Healy Ways now. So where to start about Danny and Mikey Healy-Way? That's the thing. So as we know, Mikey Healy-Way and Danny Healy-Way are kitty, don't mean kitty. Down on the bottom end of Ireland, which there's no roads going down because it's all just mountains. I love the way I just looked up there saying, "Oh no, I think they're gonna come after me." Okay, I get the popcorn. Yeah, I get the popcorn and get some soda and get me some tea. So yeah, Danny and Mikey Healy-Way, they are farmers. Well, as we all know, they own a pub too down in Kerry. And we've seen in recent days and recent times on them on the news and on the internet, they are fiercely against Shane Ross's proposal on drink driving laws, heavy strict driving laws. And you can't take a drink and drive at all now. It used to be if you're three, you could take two or three pints driving a car. But now you can't drink at all. They do it because people in Kerry, as they said, would live in the back end and know with some people. They just want to go to their local pub and lay down and entertain themselves for a while, which I don't know what that means, but they said that one time. I remember them saying that. I remember thinking to myself, what? Like, you just think to yourself, and it's ridiculous. But it actually is the truth. Mike and Danny Healy-Way own a pub and having in the door. And we see them countless times up and down to Dublin every day to go by train from. I think I don't know where they get train. I think to Dublin. Can't remember, but they have to get up at 6:30 every morning and they're up to Dublin some mornings. Maybe some mornings they're down in Kerry representing the people down there. But we all know that Kerry's old school and they're kind of old school. To be honest, so Mikey Healy-Way goes around with a pinky cap. Well, with a pinky cap that is from his father, Jackie Healy-Way. I think I had the cap force, which he died back in 2005 or 2006. I can't remember. But and we all know there's going to be a Toad Healy-Way in Dáil soon. I can't remember his name, but I think it's Jackie Jr. The Toad Healy-Way. They could get elected next year, which is and by the end of the year, as Marion Rosendock said, who's a comedian in Ireland, there will be a Healy-Way in every constituency, which is ridiculous. Like Healy-Way in every constituency in Ireland. Imagine Cavan Healy-Way. Oh God, sure people probably say Cavan Healy-Way. The Cavan Healy-Way. Oh dear. So we see them being fiercely tick with the guards checkpointing outside churches in the morning and getting people for drinking that night or that evening for drinking. And we see them giving out about the guards doing it, and we see them talking in Dáil and always about it. But people really just, the people in the door, the people on the government and Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin, they look at them like they're drunk and they have done nice better to do but give out. But to be honest, they have a bit of a point. Like, I understand drinking and driving is against the law and we should respect the law. But why would you checkpoint outside a guard's, no, not a guard station, outside a church? Like, makes no sense. Like, I know the priest takes a tiny bit of wine before the Eucharist, but that's only one person you're going to get. No, but down in Kerry, you never know what could happen. Like, it is, as Shin was said, it's all for the people's safety, which is the truth. It's not there to annoy anybody. It's not there to enslave people or anything like that. It's only there for people's safety and people's. What did McDonald's and priests have in common? Children. Children. I say that sorry. Like no, but as we see, Mikey Healy-Way and Danny Healy-Way actually They're not too bad. They put to meet in the 10-year-old. I don't know I don't know why my phone's acting a bit weird. Yeah. Also, I just realised in the Danny Healy way, says people give up me never worked a hard day in their life. I done a video about that 3 days ago and I got over 101 views. I'm like, thank you very much. Okay, that's great. That's great. There's a fight going on. But yeah, as we see, Danny Healy and Michael Healy are very strong Kerry men who will not let Dublin people in suits bully Kerry people around, because they want to represent the people of Kerry and they are representing them and they're representing to the best of their ability. And they refuse to let their county become into nothing. And what I mean by that is they don't want to lose their own traditions. Like Down in Kerry, they say about, I remember Danny Healy saying about a fairy fort. A fairy fort is an ode. If you ask a geography teacher or ask a history teacher, ask anybody in a library, they will say a fairy fort is a very old thing, very old fort. And it's very, very bad luck. People in Kerry and Cork and Clare will say to you, it is a very, very bad. It's a very, very bad thing to move it. I just want to see what Sean said here. A man who's... Oh God! Right, that's nice. That's nice to know, Sean. That's very nice to know. But as we're saying about the fairy forts, it's supposed to be very bad luck. And Danny Healy Way, as we all know, they're all well known for potholes. Talk about potholes down in Killy, and you wouldn't know about potholes down in Killy because there's so many of them could fall in at any stage of your life. It's unbelievable, and this pop keeps coming up on my screen. Why does that? No, but fairy forts are very bad, and you should not move them or even go near them because they're very bad luck if you touch them. And they believe it, and they blamed on the Canary bypass or something. I don't know, that's its real name, Canary bypass or something down in Kerry. That the fairies were putting potholes in the roads, and you know how that went. I think everybody know. I've been taught to have absolutely off the rocks, because why would you accuse? They might as well have said that the leprechaun, Michael D. Higgins from the Alvis came down to Kerry and started chiseling at the roads. Everything might. They probably start accusing me now because I said chisel. Oh, dude, they accuse me now. I have the Kerry gang after me, and I don't want the Kerry gang after me. God, no. I don't want to be thrown down to the Lee and Dottie O'Shea and all the rest coming after me. But I might just move on from Mikey and Danny Healy Way because I could be here all day talking about them, and I don't know what else I could say about them. I'm trying to see what else might have I missed anything else. Also, yeah, Mikey Healy Way. A dyslexic man walks into a bar. Yes, a dyslexic man walks into a bar. Well, it should probably be me, to be honest. That's probably me because I am dyslexic. Who the fuck is making noise? No, but Mikey Healy Way was hit by a calf's mother one day last year. So he is a farmer. He does do farming a lot. He does have a job apart from being a TD, and in the government and all that. So, you know, like, right, so we'll probably move on. And nothing, I don't know why there's cobwebs here. I don't know. You know, I'll be back in 1 minute. So, yeah, just chill with that for a second. Fine. Yeah, I'm just making myself some tea. So, because your throat gets dry after you talk of this. So, as I was saying about wet the other day, wet prices in Ireland are through the roof. Anywhere in Ireland, it's just through the roof. And it's just mad how much of it is. It's just like through the roof level. Like, it's just mad how much prices are in Ireland. I was just checking that to see how much. So, a house in Cavan is nearly €500 to wet now. Not a council house, but say an only house, €500 a month. It's a lot of money, especially when you have a job that's not paying as well. You know, I just have a little sneak now. Just give me 2 seconds. It'd be easy if I had some milk. Right here. Back. So I was saying about housing prices, like, it's ridiculous. How could you afford to pay, say, 700, €800 now? Well, I don't really get why people pay this amount of money. Like, it's mad. Take why people pay this amount of money. To wet the house or buy a house, even. Jesus. Like, it's ridiculous looking at it. He is just an absurd amount. So I was just checking the quality there. What the fuck? Did I just hit the like button by mistake? I did, yeah. Apologies, I just hit the like button. Don't know why I done that. Just randomly hit. I must be just used to liking videos. So yeah, this is just, don't know what else I could talk about. So I suppose let's talk about jobs now. Like, we all know jobs are more widespread than they were back in 2008 and all that. Like, people can get more better jobs. Like, it might not be the best pay, but at least you could get a job. Back in 2008, you couldn't get a job to save your life. That's really the truth. That goes in disgrace. And my apologies, I'm just trying to relax myself. Like, I want this just to be a relaxing stream where we just talk politics and relax, or even just talk anything else. Like, I have no problem. Like, as long as it's, to be honest with you, as Sean, Josh, I was going to say Josh, I don't know where I got Josh from. Josh was saying, where's Twitter? I'm just going to check and see what's going on in Twitter. Might be something interesting we could talk about. Oh yeah, I was speaking about the Yellow Fest protest now. So the Yellow Fest started in Fats and then they moved to Ireland. So when that moved, the people in Ireland noticed what Fats were doing and decided, yeah, we're going to do something along the lines of them too. So oh yeah, speak about Brexit, I suppose I have to. So Mary Lou McDonald just tweeted about 19 minutes ago. And she said she was talking about Theresa May and talking about an Irish unity election after putting crashes out. And I'm just like, get in the bin. That's what I'm saying. Because I hold Sinn Féin for the longest time, and I swear to God, I've been alive so long that since I was a newborn baby, I hold Sinn Féin on me, you know, I'm my friend. And they won't do anything to push it on, and they won't do anything to move it on. They expect people to push it on. Like it's a joke. Like Sinn Féin has a good political party. I don't know how many people in Sinn Féin. 12,000, I think. No, 13,000, 14. I think it's 14. Actually, no, 14,000. 14,000 is a very big a lot of people too. But it's better than anybody probably I could get around to speak, say, if I had a problem more than that. But Sinn Féin are technically known for just sitting down, really not doing much. They've never been in government. That's the thing. And they probably did. They give out the Fine Gael, I give out the Fine Gael, I give out the Fine Gael for doing this, that, and the other. But will they do anything if they go on to government? That's what I'm trying to say. Or would they not? Let me know if you're watching this video or watching the social media one. Let me know in the comments. And also go and subscribe to Sean WC. Great YouTuber. who doesn't joke with these kind of jokes, but he is a great YouTuber. He does WWE content. He did do we this track once. I do recommend going checking that out. That was really really good. And yeah, go and check that out. I suppose we just stay live for another 10 minutes, and yeah, if anybody has any more questions, then fire them into the chat. Like Sean wanted me to talk about Danny Healy and Michael Healy. I had no problem talking on them, but I just didn't have any much more to say really what this what could happen. I might do a live stream tonight, but we might just base it on education kind of thing. See, this is my first time doing it. As I said, it's not the best live here, but I don't. Oh yeah, yes. Strangers. Somebody asked me the other day, "Is it good to talk to strangers online?" You know what I said to them? I was like, "Do you think it's good to talk to strangers?" I was like, "What do you take? What do you think when you have and so? Do you think it's good or do you think it's bad?" Because I know people who were talking to strangers from one gal and Sligo and all that, and they didn't have a clue who you were. And I know people that were talking in America to people, and Vietnam and China and Japan. Like, I understand if you're talking to somebody in Ireland, like that's really okay. And if somebody was doing something they shouldn't be doing, then it'd be easy to track down and talking to somebody in Japan, China. Like, you know. So I said to them, uh, first impressions matter. And it's always good to find out who you're talking to before you say anything about you. You know, trust the ball into their court, as they often say. But the one thing that strikes about me when I'm talking to strangers, you have to try and find out who are they, where are they from. Uh, that's the main two things. Try and find out. Oh, what a go! Somebody's just like, what a girl! And it's some random thing I just seen. Breaking news, everybody. The AA road charger said Dublin northbound border point tunnel closed. So sad. Dublin in crisis. Hashtag free me. We might as well talk about this in Galley checkpoints, forgot to say. There is so many Galley checkpoints looking for drink drivers and this. So just if you're drinking, please just get another way home because it's not worth it getting arrested by the guards for this, for being stupid. Wicklow, Dublin, Cork, Dublin. Yeah, moving on. I just noticed this here now. There's really just Dublin, Cork for the A we'll watch. Anything else, didn't think it was that bad. Oh god, the boxer was killed in the UK with them. So damn how just people kill each other over stupid things. Like it's just ridiculous. I understand if they murdered somebody that you loved or something like that, but this could be just so stupid things. But you never know. There could be just mentally something wrong with them. Like we have to forgive people who do things that they don't know they're doing. Like it's very hard for them. Like difficult situations. suppose we might as well talk about local issues too. Yeah. What caused what? Uh, let's see what's happening now. One person bought the hospital marathon. Let's see. Oh, that part of the world's a fucking disgrace. Because there's just a big fucking bend. No commands. So, local minister expresses on yeah. I. Snow hit some parts of Calvin today. I didn't even know. That's a joke, and we couldn't get snow here. That's disgraceful. Oh yes, I want to talk about a great TD. When Deputy Brendan Smith for Fianna Fáil. He is one of the greatest TDs. He's done a lot for me, and he's done a lot for my community. And he's looking for a seat in the European Parliament. And the only thing I say to him, I give him 100% support. If he wants to lead Dáil and go, try and get elected, they give him every support I can. And a local TD says noses to the lifeblood to hospice. Lifeblood. Which is the truth. Noses, only for noses, we wouldn't have a good hit. We wouldn't have, how would I put this? We wouldn't have good hospice. We wouldn't have anything with it, to be honest, because noses make the. Like, oh, don't get me this. Let me get this straight. Like, they do really good jobs. Like, believe me, they do really good jobs. Do very good jobs, doctors. You know. It's pretty tiring, and like you spend an hour talking non-stop. It really tires you. No, it's. But as they say, sure, talking is a good thing. Just give me 2 secs again. Boom, and the daughter's gone. Might as well sit like a stupid thing. Oh, I'm just going to feel relax. Take a chill pill. Relax. Do you know what I realized since it started when I started YouTube and I started doing YouTube streams? How an hour goes very, very fast doing YouTube. As we see now, it does go fast. I don't really know what else to talk. I could probably think about 9 more things I haven't finished, but you know, they can talk. They're going to talk about the hospital. Actually, like our hospital department is just the nurses and staff do the best they can. But if you're understaffed and underpaid, you wouldn't do as much work as then you. they were not as much work, but if you understaffed and underpaid and under-resourced the HSE, then you wouldn't be able to do different things. But anyway, I'm going to kind of cut the stream here now. I'm just going to wait for a few more minutes and finish my tea. So, just to say, I probably would do a few more. I don't know. I might talk about some one issue because I was talking about 150 issues and so many things. Excuse me. I don't know, can you hear the cows on the road? How Sean's any good evening. It's still dark, 4 o'clock. Such a tired one there. I wouldn't mind, but I only done 3 things today and you'd be fucked up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this new live streaming thing I'm going to bring in. And subscribe for more, and yeah, bye.